Sorry about that. We got our mics on now.
My mic sound nice. Check one.
What's up? He uh he made the album.
EIO.
He made the
Okay.
album. So go check out that song. It's called "Never Let Your Heart Go Cold."
Mm.
Yep, he made the album with that one. Big Sex.
Go check it out.
Goofy,
Yep.
Tennessee, Love on now.
Yep.
And
To have this conversation. So we
so
don't talk about it.
so opening question. Hold on, I didn't send it to Annie. Hold on.
I mean, send it to Annie, not the moderator,
Yeah, I mean,
who should already be up in here.
Sometimes she like they everyone's so special. You send them direct posts anyway, and Annie is very special.
That's true. That's true. We appreciate Annie for real and all that she does for us. You know.
All right, so check it out. If a person, man or female, keeps alcohol in their purse or in their book bag for when they go out, and just in case the drink don't got a hard enough kick or they don't pour enough person, you consider that person have an alcoholic problem, or do you feel like that person just know?
Say that person may have a bit of a drinking problem. Well, I don't know because some people drink before they go to the club,
Right,
so that way they ain't got to spend a lot of money.
right.
But one bottle into just to make the drink a little bit strong. I don't know, a little alcoholic.
Would you do it?
No, I would not at all. When I bring my own bottle to an event, sure, like an outdoors event or you know what I'm saying, a festival or you know what I'm saying, something like that. Yeah, I bring my own. You know what I'm saying, but I wouldn't. My dad don't trust around though. I wouldn't do that. Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Now I don't have a problem with people who do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Okay.
I would definitely like to talk about it. I think it's a dope topic to talk about. I think that that's something more women would do. No disrespect to women, but they not the way. So no?
Alcoholic or have a problem. I think they just and having fun. Some people feel like drinking is fun to them.
True.
So what dollars if you could you the hits the way you want it to. You got cold and liquor.
Right. I mean, yeah, but no. You know what I'm saying? That could be their train of thought. They thinking.
Right.
But if you're gonna go out and you're gonna drink, enjoy the drinks at this happening. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in and well the margaritas ain't strong enough, but don't order margarita.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or order margarita and then order a shot of Patron straight and put it in there.
Okay. Another Dos Equis.
And Jack Daniels. Yeah. See y'all, we getting our drinks on. This is a great conversation right now. So that's exactly what we talking about. Now look. I did say that they're alcoholic, but I was just saying that for conversation's sake.
Well, let's say people don't drink strong enough for you.
Right. The difference is I wouldn't carry liquor in my bag. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If we going out
I'm
something,
just asking.
yeah,
When we went to Florida, we had our Florida trip. We stopped by the liquor.
Absolutely.
We got liquor for everybody.
Yes.
But our co-host or whoever, whatever you want, he got the little bottles.
Right.
The 99 banana in that.
So that's Oberon. We got to pull that. You know what I'm saying? If the drink ain't strong enough for you, just get something straight. No chaser. Just get something else. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to pull it out of the purse. We ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or if that was the case, drink before you. Okay. No. Okay.
All right. So, you're
What's happening?
is the signal better now?
Y'all got the excuse that we having technical difficulties.
It's lagging.
We are having technical difficulties, but it's okay. It happens sometimes.
It does happen sometimes.
You know, we ain't tripping. We're gonna keep this thing going.
Anywho,
Right.
So, just because somebody carries liquor, like I said, they could be trying to have a good time. Now I can see you and hear you. Okay, cool. Go ahead, guys.
All right, bet.
All right, so everybody power back in the room.
Right. Y'all come on back in.
Yeah.
Get back in here.
So, the question we're asking today is,
Hold on, y'all. My bad. Go ahead.
if a person brings liquor in their purse or their bag, is that wrong because they're going to dinner and they just want to spike their shit up a little more, or just in case somebody don't make their drink the right way? You'll have that on these big jobs. Now I can see you and hear you, okay? You'll have that on these big jobs. What do you mean on these big jobs? People bring alcohol to big jobs?
Right. Like, huh? Wait, what they mean by that?
What do you mean, Annie?
Annie, what you mean by that? I mean, so if somebody carries liquor in their purse everywhere they go, right? What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means that they like to drink.
It definitely means they like to drink.
It definitely means that.
But it's no different than if somebody carry weed with them all the time. Somebody got weed all the time, everywhere they go. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So do that mean, well, to me, that mean they a weed head. Absolutely.
All right, Jared says no class.
See, that's what I said, Jared. That's what I said.
Andy says technical difficulties, you have that on them big jobs. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You have technical difficulties. I'm going to just move this over here.
Okay.
Get it out the way.
But, yes, so, I mean, I guess it can be looked at as no class, but let's try. So, okay, this is what I want y'all to do. I was listening to Shea 45 today, and Swell in the Morning played some of Lil Wayne's tracks.
Oh, man.
Some of Lil Wayne's new tracks off his new album. He said he'd been listening to music for too long, and for example, Wayne's been a rapper for 20 years or plus.
Yeah.
And to call his music trash is a big letdown. So instead of saying that this person doesn't have class, let's find other things to say about this person so that we can we can all relate to why this person is drinking and why they bring bottles of liquor when they go out. It's not a bash party. We're not trying to bash anybody that does that or that did do that or however it goes. Right.
And I agree with that. I agree. This is not a bash party. We're not trying to bash anybody, but hey, you know what I'm saying? We asking people for their opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when they give their opinion, we can't knock them for their opinion. You know, hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Tuning in from South Carolina.
So
what's
Jared
up?
said Lil Wayne's album is trash.
It is. Well, the two songs, I heard two songs that somebody posted online. And listen, somebody said this. Let me say this. Hold on. Somebody said this about Lil Wayne album, Carter 6. I think that's the name of it.
6.
Wayne just raps. No substance.
No content.
No content. He just raps. That I agree with 100%. And to me, that's because Wayne don't listen to other people.
He don't.
He always say he don't listen to other people's music. He don't watch certain things. So it's almost like he out the loop.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? He just raps.
And he don't talk about
nothing.
He don't talk about what's going on in the world.
Right. He
talks about his life. And his life consists of making money, going in the studio, having sex, and sometimes skateboarding.
Right. Exactly. Pretty much.
That's all his life consists of. He don't see his daughter every day. He don't see his sons every day.
But that goes to show you that he has no substance, no content.
Right.
And that's why when I heard those two songs that I heard, and y'all probably heard, especially that main one that's going around right now.
The one with the plug?
Big X the Plug. Yeah, yes, that one. That one.
The only reason I don't like that one, because I feel like Big X the Plug can't rap. But he out-rapped Wayne on that song.
Exactly. And that's my point right there. Now, I would say this about Big X the Plug. He has the voice to rap. He has a good rap voice. Yeah. He really do. He got a good rap voice. But to me, Big X the Plug did way better than Lil Wayne. Maybe Lil Wayne needed to have him a drink. You know what I'm saying? maybe he should have pulled out a bottle of whatever he promotes, what lean, hey, whatever it might be. Because to me,
I mean, but some rappers don't sound good when they off medication.
true, Eminem. True, I agree. Joe Budden, but no, I like Joe when he's sober and when he was on drugs. To me, he was better when he was on drugs.
Hold on, let me read some of these.
Anyway, yeah, we finna drop some of these comments, y'all. Y'all let us know what y'all think.
Now I have a flask that I have carried in my purse. We called it broke girl move. We going out with limited funds, laughed my ass off. He knew better than being in the game this long. Annie, whoa. Come on, go back down. Annie, I got 2 flasks, but I don't carry them everywhere. I bring them with me when the occasion calls for it. Okay.
Right.
Yes, Carl, you know. Jared, what's up, Carl, big bro? Regular, degular on the chill mode and Delta.
Got Carl in the building. Big shout out to Carl. Big shout out to Delta. Big shout out to Jared.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all.
So we're going to talk about both of these since I brought them up.
Big shout out to all my people down here too.
Lil Wayne is going to be a topic tonight too.
I mean, but we gotta make sure we tie it in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because yeah.
So I don't think, like, if Annie goes somewhere, like she said, that's broke girl status. I don't think it's broke girl status. I think
I'm glad you went back to that one.
Some just like to drink liquor, and when people like to drink liquor, and sometimes it's not strong enough, or they don't have the funds,
What she said, broke girl status.
Right. To buy the drink that they do want, because a shot or a double shot costs way more than a mixed drink.
Absolutely. Yes. Agreed. But going back to what Annie said. Excuse me, my bad, y'all. Whoa.
Okay.
My bad. That's one of them things that women do. I told you they'll carry this stuff, a bottle in their purse, a minis or whatever the case may be.
Bar,
so that way if they can't get a man to buy them drinks, right? They pour up themselves.
And that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? Is it fine? I would say once you reach a certain age, it's no longer fine.
Some women are gold diggers, and they refuse to pay for a drink all night. So they will hit their little bottle stash.
But and to me, it's not even the ones who gold diggers. Well, it's both, them too. But I'm saying, I think all women would prefer men to buy their drinks.
Of course.
Because you notice when a man buy their drinks, they drinking this. When they buy their own drinks, they drinking this.
Right.
And it's not because they can't afford what they getting the man to buy them. It's not about that. It's just that nature. Like, hey, he gonna pay for it, so hell, I'm gonna go and get this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which it just is what it is. I think if somebody pulling minis out of their pocket before they walk into church, you know what I'm saying? Or
now you taking the scenario a wrong way. But
I'm just saying, like,
if you take alcohol to church, I think something might be wrong with you.
Okay, so if you take alcohol to a club, ain't nothing wrong. That's okay though.
I mean, you just don't want to pay that establishment's prices.
So why you going?
I mean, you might like the atmosphere. It might have the right people that you can congregate with.
So,
if you want to get your tipsy,
so you do it before you get that in. You know what I'm saying?
And some women do that. Some women pour the drink off in a cup before they go walk in the club.
No, well, you can't bring stuff in the club. I'm saying, no, get drunk before you get to the club.
That's what I'm saying. Like on the way there, they pour their shit into their cup, drink it, and then go in the club, and they be right. Waiting on a man to buy them more drinks.
Right. What? Agreed. I agree. I mean, I'm just saying, I'll be trying to clear it up because I don't want women to think that we saying that they just go to the club simply for men to buy them drinks.
Some do though.
He said that.
I don't care.
I didn't say it. I know you don't. I'm just saying. I didn't say this, y'all. I'm saying because you said for men wait for men to buy them a drink.
I've only met maybe 10.
Appreciate y'all hitting that like button. Keep smashing that like button.
I've only met 10 women, 10 that when I offered to buy them a drink, they said no, thank you, or they already had their own drink. But every other time that I said, would you like a drink? Oh yeah, let me get up. Damn, bitch, why you want that $23 drink?
Well, I mean,
like a bitch fucked me up one time. I said, "Would you like a drink?" She said, "Yeah." I can get anything I want. I'm like, "Yeah." Bitch ordered Louis 13. I'm like, "But you drink this shit?" No. I want to try it tonight. Why you want to try it tonight when I'm paying for it? That's a $50 drink.
Yeah, it might be.
That's trash.
That's ass. Oh, well, see, I look at it like this, right? First, I don't call them bees. That's me, but that's him. You know, everybody's different. Everybody different. You know what I'm
I
saying?
call certain things bees.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't refer to women as bees, right? No problem.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? We appreciate you tuning in.
Throw me
Your
under
boy
the bus, that's
podcast.
fine.
No, man, I'm just making fun. I'm just, because
Oh, yeah,
the way
for
you
real?
doing off.
Getting liquor up to go to the church.
Hey,
That's a real big
listen, let me say this. I know some people. Well, excuse me.
Oh,
I didn't know them.
man.
I didn't know them. I seen it. I seen people smoking blunts before they went into church. I seen it.
I mean, maybe you gotta get right before you hear that goddamn word. It ain't
That ain't
beneficial
true,
to you,
right?
yeah.
Now I agree. Now I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? That is not true. And they're like, excuse me, y'all. Hold up. I'm just saying. My fault, y'all.
I never went out with the intentions of getting in to buy me drinks. Never, nope. But okay, Annie, we're not saying you, but there are women who subscribe to that membership. They'll go sit at a bar. Hey,
After what's up? How you doing?
Talk to you, and then they talk to you for the intention of you to say, "Hey, would you like something to drink?" Or you say, "Hey, would you like something to drink?" And then you talk to them. And as long as they're sipping that drink, they're giving you conversation.
Hope y'all can hear me too. Let me know if y'all can hear us.
I don't say B word if I'm upset. I would say unstable creature.
Right, like in the movie. Yeah, I don't.
Satchel Pierre, yo, what's happening?
Hey, we got the homie in the building. Hey, y'all, listen. While he in here real quick, y'all be sure to go check out the album.
Hey, I need my hat too. And I got an album myself, so go check out me. I checked out yours. Go check out mine.
Go check out Souchet Pierre. You know what I'm saying? The Haitian Prince. Y'all, dope album. He had EP. Excuse me, it's an EP. 6 songs on there. Be sure, all cameras. Y'all be sure, go check out Souchet Pierre. You know what I'm saying? It's a phenomenal EP, man. Good music, dance hall music. Lead off single is called Rapid Fire. Lead off single called Rapid Fire. Y'all be sure to go check it out. It's on all platforms. It's doing really well too. You know what I'm saying? Doing really well, y'all. If y'all like dance hall music, reggae music, you know what I'm saying? Reggaeton.
Give me his number when we leave.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, I got you.
I'll send you the link when I get your number.
Okay. All right, no problem. No problem at all. But be sure. Oh, she look like she being nosy.
How you doing?
Live?
Yeah, we are right here.
You can join.
You want to come join?
What is it about?
Women or people, no, not women. People who take liquor to a club or to a restaurant, and what do we consider those people?
What do you consider those people? Let's get your opinion. So we have a young lady right here.
Financially responsible.
Yeah, this one.
Hold on.
Y'all heard what she said? Financially responsible.
Financially responsible. Clubs have marked up their drinks ridiculously.
I agree with that.
You go to Las Vegas, you're talking about $400 for a bottle of tequila or vodka.
Yeah.
And it's a minimum. And sometimes it's a minimum 2 bottles for one table, just to sit at a table.
No, see, that's why you don't get tables.
Yes.
So you think if somebody
need tables,
I can stand up.
Yeah, you can't stand up
Good point. But I stand up, play the wall, old school style. You know what I'm talking about?
No, not in Vegas. It's awful.
Wait, I mean, but that's Vegas. Everything gonna
You
be
been to Vegas recently?
I haven't been in a while. It's not fun anymore.
Okay.
And so, no, drinks are ridiculously priced.
But what if you like?
Well, they're free if you're at the casino.
Somebody pull out a mini. You know what I'm saying?
That's even
and pour it in their drink.
It's fun. It's fun also. Sometimes it's fun.
Didn't I just tell you that drink for fun?
You did.
It's not that you can't
And I said that. That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's not about the money, but I'm saying, okay, so let's say you're not at the club, you're at Walmart, Sam's, Publix, and you just see someone on their purse and be like,
I do it at work. No.
Allegedly.
What's your name, miss?
My name is Terry.
Okay, Terry?
Yes.
Yeah, chat, this is Terry, our new friend. We're Thought From Your Boy podcast.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
That's said, your boy said.
Hi, Sid. How are you doing?
All right.
I'm your hostess.
Hi, Dis.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm great.
I'm chilling. Be sure to sub to the channel too if you know you get a chance.
Sure
Be sure to sub to the channel.
Pierre said there are some thirsty munchers located in a bar.
True.
Okay, thoughts about Sierra not performing on stage with Bow Wow. Some say it's good, some say it's just a song. She was the audience with her husband. What is your mixed reaction?
Who cares?
One, honestly, who cares for real? But Sierra not performing with Bow Wow. I mean, like, listen, Bow Wow ain't Bow Wow no more.
Why would she
Like,
perform that song with him anyway? She has a whole husband sitting next to her.
and ain't she pregnant? She not
No,
pregnant?
she's not.
Okay,
No,
okay.
she's
No,
not
I'm thinking of
pregnant.
Cassie. I'm thinking
She had
Cassie.
the last baby.
Cassie,
Could have
yeah.
been some scheduling issues.
I
Where they
mean,
may not have been.
But I
able
mean,
to
I guess he's talking about the
perform
BET
together.
Awards.
Yes, correct.
And-
But there
and-
could have been scheduling issues. You still have to rehearse. You have to perform, and you just never know. She may have been a bit more professional with that.
And
There you have
honestly,
it.
Bow Wow ain't Bow Wow no more.
Well,
And
the
I
song
hate to
is still
say
the song.
that.
It's
No,
still
the
the
song
song.
is still dope. Always, but I'm saying like
She's on another level.
that's
Just-
what I'm
exactly what it
saying.
is.
Right.
She has leveled up to
yes.
a whole nother level.
Right.
And so,
Like she got hits way after that song. You know what I'm saying? And he had a couple, but it's like they kind of on different trajectories. And it would be really no benefit to her to perform that song with Bow Wow.
I agree.
Zero.
Okay.
So they
we have.
shouldn't.
Oh, I've seen them rub up on them and talk sweet to them. The ones that want you just to buy their drinks. And she said she put an ill face, a throw up face behind it.
That happens.
Ooh.
That happens. You have some women who want men to just buy their drinks. But like she said, not because they can't afford them, but that's just the nature of going to the club. Being in the club, let the man buy your drink. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like it? You don't let men buy you drink?
I mean, I let them, but sometimes, but I walk off.
See?
I'm not gonna.
So you
have
don't
the
even give a conversation?
You don't
You don't feel.
Not obligated.
You don't-
You shouldn't be obligated if the man buy you a drink. I don't
Okay.
think they should be obligated.
I ain't gonna ask the question then.
I'm a bit older than what I look, and I've
Okay.
had it to where I've been at the table talking to a man,
Mhm.
and another man see me and drink from across the room.
Oh yeah,
I like the old school players.
We've
where
done
they
that.
compete.
Right. Yeah,
Where
that's
they compete.
see, and that's
Hey,
the
what
old
she
school way
drinking?
of
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
That's what
And
nowadays.
now you looking over there like, hey, he sent me a drink.
Right.
I'm
What you
over
gonna
here.
do?
So
Yeah.
But nowadays
now
that
you gotta
don't happen.
walk over there and get into that territory where men are volatile and might be abrasive.
I like it.
Or what?
I like it. I think it's
It's gonna be a
so-
fight.
But
Goes
the thing
down
is,
worse than a fight.
I would have just met this person also,
Right.
you know. So I think it's if they handle it in a classy way, I think
Right.
it's really nice.
Yes.
However,
Yes.
I have walked off from a man. I think he purchased me a drink. It was maybe $10.
Okay.
He did. He went through all of his small bills, just to get to $100 bill to pay the.
That was
wages.
him trying to stunt.
And I was not impressed because you have at home.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I just walked off. I said, thank you. I was not impressed at all.
That's
A
fair.
lot of women will be. I thought it was stupid.
It is.
So
It
a
is.
lot
But
of
you-
women get impressed when you put
A
on
lot
money.
of women get
Yeah.
impressed by a lot of those
I mean,
things.
especially think about what she said. He went through all the small bills to get to the big head honey. Come on now.
I mean, if
Some people.
that works. I mean,
But I mean,
I thought shit like that only work on young girls.
I mean,
I was younger.
honestly, it
was
don't
not
work
impressive.
it don't work as often as men would think it worked because that's like you see through that.
I mean,
Because-
you're paying for it.
A lot of women
Yeah, but-
don't. A lot of women don't. They're so
You
naive.
flip through 2 bills, you could have paid for the drink already. There's no need to go through your whole bankroll, excuse me, to show what you have.
Like when dudes need their ATM receipt out for her to look
If
at it. and be like,
anybody ever do that, bro, that's
I'm in
listen.
my 40s. And so-
that's
I'm
that's
just
so
saying.
lame though. That to
I'm
me,
just saying.
bro, that's lame
Hey.
as hell, bro.
Hey, my brother found an app where you can like print out fake shit.
Oh yeah. You right. Anything. I mean, but bro, like seriously, how can you like? Okay, we all sitting and talking.
Right.
How can I go in my pocket and pull out my ATM receipt and drop it
It
by
happened
accident and
right
not
in your
see it?
I
And
Yeah,
not
it's
see
tried to
it.
leave it on the
I mean,
car
it can
seat of the
happen,
car.
but they left it there
Yeah, they left it on
on purpose so you can see.
Damn,
But first of
this
all, the
motherfucker got 10
way my
stacks
brain
in
is, it's like I don't want nobody to have. I mean, even though they can't get your info, but you got some smart motherfuckers out here who take that ATM receipt and jigglate your whole account, and you be like, "Hold on, man, what happened to my bread?"
I've dated people that have had the money, and
Okay.
I've purposely not looked at the receipt. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I did go look up their bank to see what the minimum balance was. And I've been like, oh, they got real money.
Wow. Ladies, y'all heard it here first.
And we all in our 40s, right? All of us.
Yes.
So we all come from a certain era. We all come from the era of men approaching women, like you said, competing for women, and not like fist fight, but like you said, he sent you a drink from across the room. So now it's on buddy sitting in front of you. What you gonna do? Because competition is thick. But that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't got to result to somebody getting shot or beat up. It's just may the best man win.
Enjoyed it.
Damn it,
That's
you bought a
old
drink.
school.
I gotta buy a bottle.
I gotta buy, like, if you bought a beer, I gotta buy a drink.
Whatever,
if you bought a single, I got to buy a double.
Not
You know what I'm
really.
saying?
You just need to up your conversation.
Exactly.
But I'm smart. I'm really smart. So you just have to up your conversation. Yes.
I mean, I agree
can
with
buy
that.
my own drinks. I would never go anywhere where I can't buy my drinks. I would never go in. I can buy my own.
Or she can pull out her own drink out the purse. Yeah, she can pull out her own bottle out the purse.
A woman can get away with that.
Right.
At the bar.
Yes.
The bartender is not going to be like, you mother. But let one of us pull out a goddamn
security
bottle. Hey, security.
Yeah, come get this.
No. My friends have good money. We've gone into places with a whole bottle in somebody's purse.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
That's the fun part about it.
Women can do. Didn't I say that?
But it's been the men. No, it's been the men also, and that's what made it even more fun because all of us.
Wait, the man had a purse?
Well, it was his woman's purse.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm gonna say, but still, like I told him, I said, women don't get searched like men get searched. Come put my pistol in your purse.
They check my purse.
They check now.
What nowadays?
You can't do it now.
I mean, but
back in the day, back in our heyday, yes.
When we were younger,
that to her.
Going to certain clubs now,
we got it. You know what I'm saying? Or take you to the restroom and
if you had to give me a gun, I probably would not go in.
Agreed.
Because that means you can't fight.
Anyway.
Not
necessarily, but
not necessarily.
I was taught anywhere you need to take your gun, you don't need to go.
There you have it.
That's what I was taught.
That's what I was taught. But I still take my gun everywhere I go. I still take my gun I take my gun everywhere I go.
I don't like it. I'm scared I'm gonna cheddar bob myself.
Oh shit. Don't cheddar bob yourself, y'all.
I'm serious.
Don't cheddar. If y'all don't know what we talking about, 8 Mile, cheddar bob, he shot himself.
That's not even just cheddar bob.
I'm just saying the term.
That's YNs too. When they be pulling out that.
Well, first of all, the YNs got a whole stick, a whole AK, a whole whatever in they draws. It's like you can't even pull this out before your op run up on you.
They're genetically disadvantaged.
Damn.
Genetically.
They're the crack babies. They're the crack babies.
So they're the fentanyl babies?
They are. No, those are crack. I'm from the, crack days. Right. Crack babies. They're genetically disadvantaged. No, I'm dead serious. Okay. I work with students.
What do? You're a teacher?
No, I work at a college. I work with first generation low income students with disabilities and LGBTQI plus students. And so believe me when I say it. They are genetically disadvantaged.
Crack babies.
And you can't say retarded anymore.
Right, you can't say that.
Definitely.
Well, see, I'm so tired. You know what? We can't get into this because I be wanting to say so much about that right there.
They are.
A lot of these kids, just like you said, mental capacity, man. Like they just, they emotional as hell. It's ridiculous. They sensitive, and these the guys. You know what I'm talking about? They feminine is oh my goodness. And the young ladies are so masculine. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You see, like the young lady telling the police, "Don't touch me." What you mean, don't touch you? You getting arrested? Don't touch you? What? This man got to put these cuffs on you. I want a female officer. Oh, now you're gonna try to pull that? That shit don't work.
Rightfully so. No, they do have to touch your breast. They have to touch your breast.
No.
I've been arrested. They have to touch your breast.
When they searching you, fine. Go get that female officer.
That's what it's for.
But if you acting a fool, that man should be able to put you in handcuffs.
They body slam.
Well, good. She deserve it. Some of them black women be acting up. They be acting up.
No, they don't do us right. They over sexualize us and they adult us and they treat us definitely different. And you know it.
I do know it, but at the same time, y'all don't do that to yourself.
I mean, I got locked up in the rich parts of
town. No. Y'all don't over sexualize yourself. Y'all don't bring a lot of this attention to yourself.
No, black young girls are adultified and sexualized at very young age.
No. Listen, the same way you need me to tell the truth on what you said, I need you to tell the truth now. Like, come on, let's be honest. Because we can pull up IG, Facebook, I don't know, YouTube, TikTok, and you'll see all of this stuff. Ain't nobody telling these women to make these videos twerking. Showing they cat,
those videos because men react a certain way. When we try to be a good girl, and I was a good girl, men do not respond in a certain way. But then when you get older, everybody want a good girl that's still a certain way in the bedroom.
No, that's not true. I'm telling you from a man's point of view, that's not true.
My back and watch everybody run after me.
No, not at all.
Now go back to your 20s.
Right. No, but our 20s is a totally different generation than now. Our 20s, with all of us being in our 40s, when we was 20,
who's a woman
and who's a man?
Who's the woman?
I'm telling you from a man's point of view, and you're telling me from a woman's point. I agree, but I'm saying from a man's point of view.
I'm not a bad-looking woman, but I'm telling you what has gotten me more.
What has gotten you more?
Attention.
No, I'm asking you.
Putting straight hair down my back. Just dressing a certain way. I've gotten more attention in certain ways.
Okay, but
telling you.
no, I can't argue with you on that, right? But I'm saying a lot nowadays, 2025, these young girls are sexually objectifying themselves. It ain't men, because you hear the whole movement. You hear women saying men don't approach us no more.
It trickles.
Okay,
down.
so and nowadays, young women are
Snowflake generation.
you work with that community, right? Okay, a lot of them turn to that community on their own. A lot of these young women have been brainwashed to hate men. Oh, I went there. What? No, please. Okay, it's the truth. It is the truth.
Hell no.
Witchcraft,
Yeah, that's what my brother said. Guns and witchcraft.
guns, and witchcraft. To which part of the conversation?
That's sneaking a gun in.
Oh, okay.
But what is the witchcraft?
Right.
That's what he believes in.
Yeah, that's his thing.
That's his thing.
What kind of witchcraft?
Voodoo.
Hoodoo and voodoo are real.
Yeah.
But one is more Christian based and the other one is not.
Uh-oh.
He practices.
Oh, here we go.
Talks to his ancestors.
Which version though? You have voodoo and hoodoo. One
Right.
is to help
So-
and one is to hurt.
So the voodoo.
So I told you I'm
Voodoo is
very
religion.
smart.
Right. The voodoo
Yes.
is the religion.
I'm fine with voodoo the religion because
And
it has a Christian base to it.
He practices the hoodoo part.
Baby, no.
He practices the hoodoo
Bless it.
and talks to the ancestors.
That's not hoodoo.
That's hoodoo.
Hoodoo has a different side to it. Hoodoo is what we've been taught that it was. But voodoo is different. Voodoo was still based in Christianity.
Okay.
Hoodoo is not. Hoodoo
Right.
is shit that you don't fuck.
This, and that's his thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
The side you
I
don't
do
fuck
the
with.
voodoo.
Yeah,
Yes,
the side you
I
don't.
don't do that. I'm very careful. However,
Yeah.
I still have like the blue doors and like even next week I'm probably gonna paint my ceiling on my front porch to hang blue. So I still have a level of I'm still a Christian, born in the church, Pentecostal.
Mhm.
Pick one.
He's far
Yes.
and
But I
none away
still
from
believe in
Christian.
certain things. However, I still
Right.
believe in African spirituality, all of those things, right?
Right.
Because
follow.
anything that's black was demonized once it came across the Atlantic.
They say Christianity
true.
started in Egypt anyway.
Yes, so when you look at the origins of voodoo, that still originated from people trying to escape slavery.
Right.
They still have the Holy Ghost. They still fall into the spirits. The problem is that the Holy Ghost is still a spirit that you're asking to come into inhabit
Right.
your body.
Right.
So, and then when you look at all of the African spiritual people as well, and you look at how that translate here in the United States, for example, hurricanes originate off the coast of Africa.
Right.
One of their most strongest
Mhm.
spiritual gods or goddesses from Africa is over the water.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
you
So
also
that's
look at
what-
the path of hurricanes. It hits
Ooh.
all of the places the slave trade hit as well.
Right.
And then when
The
you
path
look
of
at
the boats,
Brazil,
the ships.
yes,
Uh-huh.
Brazilians, because they actually had more slaves, they actually received more people through the transatlantic slave in the
Really?
United States.
I
Yes,
didn't know
way
that.
Absolutely.
more. Way
Absolutely.
more. They actually celebrate those people.
Mhm.
So you'll see, like,
Mhm.
if you go and look into like their Christianity and their spirituality, you'll notice that they have like a lot of blues and purples and things like that, which to celebrate the goddess of the ocean.
Mhm.
She's
That's
one of the
true.
more strongest ones.
That is
So,
true.
yes.
And then when you think about the name hurricane, and you can go and research where hurricane came from, and it's the
She
same
told us.
thing.
Comes from Africa. And so actually I love butterflies. And coincidentally, the wings of a butterfly can actually start a hurricane
Really?
on the tip of South Africa.
Wow. See, boom. That's history for you. And also Vodun as a religion, which is what it's called, right? So you have voodoo, hoodoo, Vodun. When you study it as a religion, not as a belief, but as a religion itself, it's Vodun. I'm just saying, right? See, and how we get here, we don't know, but cheers to that conversation, because this is what we're talking about, and this is what it's about, y'all. When you're drinking, the conversation just flows, and it takes whatever turn, and you have to be adaptable.
Oh, I'm like this, so
You know, I mean, oh, you have no idea, right? This is how we are. I'm like this,
'Cause I'm
he's
not
like
drunk.
this. Oh, I'm far from
Yeah,
drunk.
we
That's
far from
far
drunk.
from it.
Yeah.
not at all. One drink in, like,
It's like
this,
Kool-Aid.
right? But now, if you sit here and you pull a drink out your purse, this is exactly what we're talking
I
about.
did need a shot of tequila in here.
So see,
See?
there you
See?
go, there you go. But I mean, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So,
Brother said yes, he agreed with what y'all were just talking about.
yeah,
Levels to it.
because right, and you know, he deep off into it,
Yeah.
and like he always say, whether you're Christian and you're praying or you believe in voodoo, you are still casting a spell.
Yep.
You're still casting a spell. You're still saying words to get a
To
reaction,
manifest something.
to manifest something, right?
Yeah.
And it's no different. So, and you can't let nobody tell you that, you know, oh, you over here saying, our Father who down in heaven, hallowed be thy name, blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing as if he over here talking to his ancestors. If he's spitting vodka on a certain statue.
But you know what's
You
funny?
see what I'm saying? It's,
That part right there, everything we say is that. Every
What do
time
you
we
mean?
say, like, okay, so for example, I was just thinking about what you were saying.
Mhm.
When we're in the Marine Corps, we sing the Marine Corps hymn.
Mhm.
The Marine Corps hymn gets you ready
Mhm.
mentally to do what they did time before you.
Mhm.
So
Yes. You ever see those guys from, I want to say Australia, I believe it is. It's called a haka.
Mhm.
Right before they do a
New
sporting
Zealand.
event, New Zealand.
Okay.
They all do that dance.
Mhm.
You have The Rock do it, and all his
Yeah,
brothers
yeah.
and all them do it.
Very
It's the same thing.
Very
They
spiritual.
hype themselves up before they go into battle, and they actually did that. The Zulus did it. Shaka
Mhm.
Zulu and all them, they do it. They call it haka. So you are saying words to get your brain to a certain place. You know what I'm saying? To hope to be invoked by the Holy Spirit of battle or whatever your belief system
the
is.
spirit of the
Yeah.
the spirit of war, right?
And it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like me and you were talking about before, the deeper you are into it, the more real it is to you, the more
Right.
powerful, the more
Right.
effect it has
Right.
on you. So
Right.
now you like, oh hell yeah, I'm ready. I can face anything.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. And it's
I
no
do it a lot, yeah.
see, but this is the thing when you try to tell somebody that music influenced people. So back in our day, with all of us being a certain age, Tupac.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Hit 'em up. You know what I'm saying? If Bitches of a
certain
Rider,
music, certain put you
right.
in that mood.
You
right.
listen to it enough, and it gets into your system.
Mhm.
And then when you go into the hertz, the 430, the hertz.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying of the
The
music,
sound frequency.
right? The sound frequency, the frequency waves. So certain artists had certain hertz. DMX used it a lot, but his producers and stuff on his music,
Right.
the tone of his voice and all this other stuff. It
Right.
just make you want to listen. It grabs your ears.
It does.
And if
Makes
you notice,
chant those lyrics.
right? I'm glad you said that word, chant.
Mhm.
Because a lot of the music nowadays and back in the days it resonates with chants,
'Cause that's
repetitive
what our
words.
ancestors did.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. When they beat the drums, the Congo
Mhm.
drums, all this other stuff. But then when you hear a song like the trash ass song, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, it was the repetitiveness of that.
It was the simplicity.
You see what I'm
of the
saying?
song
Of the song
you
that,
saying,
but it
yeah.
resonated with people.
It did.
It
because
hit the hurts.
You resonate. You repeated the thing so many times. Oh, I need a Gucci then.
No, have you ever listened to that song Sticky? Is that the guy?
Yes,
You
yes.
know, you just immediately start.
That's
Stick?
no Sticky.
That little baby.
No, that's
Travis Scott?
no.
He has the tattoos on his face.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi.
Who made Sticky?
But it's a guy from Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, that's Lil Uzi.
Is it Lil Uzi? One, yeah, one. I about to say one of them.
That song,
Yeah,
if you listen
one
to
of
that
them.
song, you're gonna start moving. to
Absolutely,
that song.
yes.
But the irony of it, if you ever watch They Clone Tyrone,
Great
there
movie.
was a scene
Yeah.
in there where the people started playing music and everyone became hypnotized to the music.
Yes,
immediately.
absolutely.
And if
Yes.
you really look at that movie, everything was just very, for those that are very intellectual, because there was a whole argument about that movie.
Mhm.
But for those that have like a certain level of wisdom, you saw all of those things that would like immediately hypnotize you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That was a great movie too. If you haven't seen it, go see They Clone Tyrone.
Music plays a major part in
Man.
all of our lives.
That is a phenomenal
It was.
movie.
It was a good movie.
It had a lot of parts in it that you might have to watch twice.
I didn't
So
finish
you
that
can
movie.
catch it. Oh, you ain't see? Oh, you got,
I
bruh,
got to the end.
bruh. Listen, man.
Where he said, where the white dude said something, and they all just stood like zombies.
hmm
And I
You needed
ended
another
up
20
wanting
minutes.
to
But
cook or did
You
something.
got to see. It's so many
I
parts
watched
before
when I
that,
came tonight.
like the way they did him and his mama,
Mhm.
or what he thought was his mama.
He didn't. So you didn't get to that part.
No.
Oh, okay. I ain't gonna even say nothing. Then.
I
Yeah.
didn't get that part.
Okay.
I left the room. When I came back, it was rolling credits.
Okay. No, bro. You got to watch that movie, bro.
Okay.
It is a
It's phenomenal.
good movie
It's
for
a
real.
phenomenal
Okay.
movie, but
It's-
I think it does go over a lot of people.
It does.
heads.
Yeah, they just watching it just for the
But
for the
when you
basis
think
of it.
about it, if you're really, I'm not gonna say a true intellect, but if you have certain investments in this community from a higher perspective,
Yes.
that truly would benefit the community. You see all of these things.
Yes.
And then I'm one of those people to where I may have a conversation with you, I have a conversation with him, but then I read something, and then even if I read the Bible, right?
Okay.
I start to piece all these things together, and then it makes sense.
Right.
So, and I've had somebody tell me that the way that food is
Process.
killed,
Yeah.
the energy transfers
It does.
to us.
It
And
does.
so
Be
you start
angry.
looking at
Yes.
the black community and the
Yes.
foods that we eat. We're eating foods that were inhumanely
Or
murdered,
they were
right?
they
And so
trauma.
that energy is passed over.
Right.
to
That,
us.
and yes, when you're killing these pigs and these cows and all that other stuff.
Walk up to a cow and hit it in the head with his flesh.
Well,
Yes.
they hurt it in, they slit their throats, and they do all that, and it's
Well,
And I
like,
think there's
It
one
depends.
where they slam them inside of
Because-
a machine.
yes,
Because there's one,
To-
the farmers walk up to him and hit him in the head with the hammer.
yes, yeah,
All
uh-huh,
But then
humane.
when
Uh-huh.
they go through the plant, they get did differently.
Yeah.
yes,
But it still passes on trauma.
yes,
And
absolutely.
that's what's part
Yeah.
of what's wrong with the black
And
community.
that is
as well.
that part is
Yeah.
true. The scientists have actually found the chemical, you know what I'm saying, that the stress chemical that passes on, and it's in the food, it's in the meat.
And it's only two things that we get in the black community, and that's chicken and hamburgers.
Mm.
And so you're looking at those things. So
Mhm.
yes, so you're looking at the music. There no longer really love songs out. The only person
None.
that makes R&B music, you got a couple of them, right?
A few.
But they're not really just played like they should be played.
Right.
And
Because that's
so,
not
but-
the message they
yes.
want the youth to hear.
Yes, we don't get love songs anymore. There's not a single song on the radio right now that's coming out that you want to go and play at night.
Right.
Not a single one.
No.
You have kids that are grown and they still go back and play music from the 80s and the 90s.
And it's funny because
they were talking
Oh,
about
go ahead.
genuine love. And
Uh-huh.
Yes.
right now there's an argument going on TikTok, right? Where the young lady was saying she got mad at the DJs because she was saying that the DJs only played songs from like 2000, 2010 and stuff
Right.
like that.
that was a good.
And you know, it went viral.
Mhm.
But DJs are responding to her saying, hey, listen, those are the songs that people want to hear.
right.
we-
Like Keith Sweat.
We played Lil Uzi. We played
You
these
won't- you
people.
won't hear
It's
Keith
no
Sweat
response.
playing
It's no response.
But we played the slow songs back in the day. You remember that?
Exactly.
Yeah, we
Yes.
used to slow dance
Exactly.
in the club.
Yes. Right. And that's a vibe. Or they playing Luther
There you go.
because Kendrick done brought Luther music
Right.
to the masses.
Lisa Franklin,
But we
you
blew up
mentioned
the
her.
dance floor back in the day.
Hell yeah. The dance floor stayed packed. Nowadays, in the DJs was responding saying, hey, listen, people in the club don't respond
This new
to
shit.
Glorilla or
Right.
whatever, other than once they get to the part that they know. Okay,
Right.
I like this part of Glow song,
That's it.
and then that's it. Then they go sit back down.
Because a lot
Or
of people got ADHD.
But they
too.
said what? People don't dance no more. You remember that song?
Yeah,
people don't
don't-
dance no more.
That's all
That
they
was
do
the
is this.
beginning.
That's
That
pretty
was the
much.
beginning.
Right,
You
yeah.
did what, 93, 94?
That's good.
No,
That's-
that was
that's
96.
yeah, that's Goody Mob
Yeah.
all
But
day.
that's when it started, remember?
Yes,
People don't dance no
Yes.
more. All they do is this.
Yes.
right.
All they do
Yes.
is
All they do is this. He was talking about holding up the wall
Mhm.
because that's all they. You know what I'm saying?
The women call the guys gay nowadays. You know that, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Yes.
they do.
Yes.
They call y'all gay.
Yeah, bro. What?
Y'all hold up the wall.
Bruh,
Like,
that's
so y'all
all
not
you
even gonna
hear.
approach us?
That's all you
I
hear.
don't
Women
go out-
calling
I
men
don't go out-
gay,
yeah, I don't go out to the
zesty, sassy.
Women are
You see
buying
what I'm
their
saying?
own sections now.
Right.
You remember it used to be the guys that would buy the sections and we'll come over to their section
Mhm.
and then they'll turn us apart. We buy
Mhm.
our own sections now. Not that we can't afford it. It's just it's not the same anymore.
It's not
It
the
used to be
same.
fun.
It's
And
not the
there's a lot of
same.
masculinity getting misplaced.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. We don't know what's going on. We
Like
don't
you
know.
know what I mean? Like okay, so when I say that, I'm not saying there's lackluster masculine men. I'm
Mhm.
just saying masculinity being misplaced. Like more women are exhibiting masculine.
Oh, I
traits,
agree with that. That's what I
whereas
said that
men
earlier.
are
Agreed.
exhibiting feminine traits.
Well,
Ah,
You have men growing up, okay, don't say this to a woman. Don't say this to a woman. But then you have women on the flip side being told, say this to a man. Do this to a man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
not trying to say men
We-
are exhibiting feminine traits and that women are exhibiting
I will.
masculine
I'll say it.
traits, but I do think
I'll
that
say it.
there's a time where we started reclaiming our power, which forced us to start exhibiting those masculine traits. You gotta think about how many women have been. We trying to be docile and we're trying to be this certain type of way, but then after I deal with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you guys keep taking advantage of me,
Mhm.
it's like, no, you know what? I'm start doing you like you do me. I used to go and sleep with somebody, and I get up and go put my clothes on first, and be like, what you got going on? You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Right. And
That's what men used to do to us. And Jasmine Sullivan says that her and her say that in the song. I'm the woman I'm who you want, but you still found somebody else. You gonna make me crash out on you.
but
What
why
else
though?
do you want from me?
But why though?
Well, tell me why. It started in one direction. We're
I mean,
just responding.
okay, so
We're
Well,
responding.
so men. throughout
Everything
time-
that women do is responding to a male's behavior.
Not everything.
not everything. Not at all. And then I would say that y'all power don't lie in masculinity. It lies in femininity.
It does.
So
Right.
being
But I can be
masculine.
both.
Okay, so if I said women doing all this stuff because it's penis envy, y'all would bite my head off.
Penis envy.
Yes, penis. You heard
What
me.
is
You heard me.
penis envy?
What is it?
Yes.
women doing the things that men do. But what my point being, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if I said that, right, the way that y'all would bite my head off wouldn't be in the traditional sense of a woman. It'd be more like a man. Y'all wouldn't stand up, shout, get in my face, try to fight me, like physically fist fight. You see so many young women trying to fist fight men nowadays. That's not reclaiming y'all power, because one, y'all gonna lose most of the time.
The women that are trying to fist fight men, that's still displaced and misplaced hurt.
But you see this all the time.
Always trace it to something.
I mean, okay, but the fact that you can miss, but
that's Terry.
The fact that you can pardon me, the fact that you trace it all the way back and then still blame men.
No, we're not blaming.
Well, you said trace it back to.
It can come from something that their mamas. I'm telling you, even with the young men, even with the YNs that we call them.
Oh, absolutely, the YNs.
You refer to the males as YNs. We don't have a name for the young women, but having
when you call them YNs as well. Call they at YNs the way they be acting.
But I've worked in the high school and I work in higher education, and what I'm saying is that even for us, you get what I'm saying? There are behaviors that can be traced back to something. And then for those of us that come from boomers, we definitely got jacked up childhoods. We just think they were great. But they were
now that I agree with, but that and I would say this though, right? This like 2025, right? These young women are the freest women have ever been. The most powerfulest women have ever been, right?
Why?
No, hold on, wait, hear me out. But yet they still complain.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are we most powerful?
No, don't. Why are they complaining?
Why are we the most powerful now? Why are we more powerful than we've ever been? I'm just gonna tell you like
this. Because I have more opportunities than y'all ever had.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Why are they complaining?
Marriage rates were at the highest. Domestic violence was at its highest. Now that divorce is at its highest.
Shit. Okay, now let me tell you this,
I'm
right?
telling you.
Okay, wait. Now listen.
What I researched.
Listen. In the black community, when marriage was at its highest, right? When black marriage was at its highest.
Marriage everywhere.
No. Listen, I'm speaking to black folks.
Well, I know.
When black marriage was at its highest, divorce rates and DV was at its lowest. DV in the black community was at its lowest when our marriage rates was at the highest. A lot of women got
DV or DV.
DV, okay. DV, domestic violence. We just try not to say that. We just say DV, right? Okay. It was at its lowest when black marriage was at its highest, right? That's a fact. We can look at that. We can Google it.
So where did you get your facts from?
Okay, cool. Blackdemographic.com. Black stats for black people by black people. Wherever. Go look it up. But it's the truth, right? So many people, so many women, let me say this, were brainwashed by feminism. And yes, I went there.
I'm a feminist.
Seems like it, right? It seems like it. It seems like
the same person for 20 years.
That's cool. That's great. I think that's great. I'm all for black love. I've been married 17 with my wife for 20 something.
What is feminism? What do you think feminism is?
Well, okay, first feminism wasn't for black women. It was created by
white women.
It was created by two white women. But hold on, because you're a feminist. But do you know that those two women revoked feminism and said that they were wrong?
Oh, black women.
No. Do you know that? Do you know that?
No, I don't.
Okay, cool. So that's crazy, right? That you believe in something that the founder of what you believe in revoked what they started. Those
Why
two,
did they do that?
Because they realized that they was wrong and they were leading women down the wrong path. You can Google this as well. We can Google this.
They thought they wanted the same money, the same pay as me.
But I'm not looking for equality. I'm looking for empowerment. And then black women don't ascribe to feminism. We ascribe to womanism because feminism was never for black women in the first place.
It wasn't. I agree. But they were tricked to believe that it was.
Between equity and equality.
I agree with that.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so we're looking for equity, but at the same time, you're looking
at the rights
that women had economically and then our education levels. So you're looking at the 70s when black women really started increasing in their education, and then it hit the 80s. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you're looking at our education levels that increased as well, and then diminished our need for marriage. However, black women were not getting married once slavery was eradicated. They had to make us marry y'all, because the truth of it is that if we married you, and that was for any woman, I inherited your debt, even though I wasn't allowed to get my own. Black women had created their own villages because of what slavery did to our communities. It took us apart as well. They actually had to do a campaign to make us go and marry y'all. Not that we didn't want to be with y'all, but we had been torn apart so much that we had to be forced to get married, but we didn't want to because we had our own communities. And so what's happened is that when you look at the 60s, when the Moynihan report came out and they started doing all of those things as a result of receiving, assistance. We all know about that when the black men weren't, we really was kind of forced to not be married. We again went and created those villages. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but a lot of us want that village. We just don't like competing with y'all. We love y'all. We want to give y'all everything.
But look, and we love y'all back. But it's the fact that y'all believe certain things, certain points, certain parts of feminism that just did not apply to black folks. It just did not apply. You know what I'm saying? But y'all took it and ran with it. And that's the part, like you said, that causes the separation. The thing about the housing, the food stamps, and all this other stuff, which, okay, if the man was in the house, like we understood that, like you said, that was forced on us, and that's the powers that be trying to keep us apart. They know together we are stronger. Like the black man and black woman together is strong, and we proved that by, once again, with us being married at the highest rate. I think it was like 87% or 78%, one of the two. I know it's 8 and 7, so pardon me on not knowing exactly which one it was, but the DV rate was so low. It was so low. We was together. Hence Black Wall Street, hence all these other places that was thriving. We was having our own together. You know what I'm saying? Bless you, Azul.
Well, we're reporting the domestic violence.
Okay, cool.
So think about that.
Maybe that's not it.
Since we're here, think about the Hispanic community. They have a lot of violence, but because they can't trust the policing community, they may have low rates because they can't.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
When you think about the black relationship with policing, or what we're reporting it, or would it be like when my father would whoop my mama's butt, and then the police officer would show up to the door, and my dad would go, "Everything is fine." The police officer never checked with the woman.
Right.
That means nothing was ever reported.
And I agree with that. No argument there. Well, no argument there because, my mom and dad divorced right before I got sent here, and her boyfriend was abusive, right? So I agree with you on that, and you know what I'm saying. He was able to skate by until he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Until we decided, like, hey, you hit my mom again. It's whatever, and too many boys. Allegedly, right? Allegedly. I appreciate that.
Yes.
But I think that together we are stronger.
We are stronger together.
We are stronger. But I just think that nowadays, going back to my original statement, these young ladies now are the freest that women have ever been, but yet they still complain about stuff that folks our age may complain about, which is a total untruth. A lot of these. Okay, have you heard the statement that black women can't check black women?
No, I have not heard that. I'm around a different type of.
Well, it's the truth. Well, I can't say that because I'm not a woman, but I'm just saying, according to the videos and the research that I do, call me stat man because I love to research stuff and look at the stats and the numbers.
You have to show me your research.
No problem.
Real research. So you have to
I do real research as well. I mean, it's not like I'm just on YouTube.
Like, I really go into. That's my thing. I'm like,
trust me.
Black women is my source, but
Well, see, my thing is I'm not gonna look up something and then just be like, okay, well, let me make sure that it's a black man saying this. You see what I'm saying? No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna look at the source, like in whatever they talking about, and then I'm gonna look up where they got their information from, then where they got their information from. So I don't care if it's a black man or a black woman that's putting the information out there. As a matter of fact, I watch a lot of black women shows, podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter who it is. It could be Melanie King. You know what I'm talking about? It could be Chantel Simone. It doesn't matter. I'm watching it because I need to get my information, quote unquote, straight from the horse's mouth. Quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Let me I got to put that up there. But and I do that. Exactly. Right. And see, but I like having these conversations.
We call it qualitative. So when we have the quantitative numbers, you know what I'm saying? You have that. And because we're black women, because I look at the intersectionality of black women in different spaces. Okay. So what happens is that we have our numbers, but then there's also this untold story that the numbers can't show.
Absolutely. I agree.
There's qualitative parts of it. So whenever I do my research, I then have to go interview like a certain section of black women because, all right, our numbers show this, but I know there is a reason why that number shows that.
Yes.
All right.
And That part, once again, I agree. Like, see, I'm the type of person I can agree when you make a point.
Well, I don't
You know
want
what
to
I'm saying?
disagree, but
No,
just,
disagree
this is my
all.
thing.
Listen, disagree with me all day. Because he'll tell you, said ain't gonna back down. Said has enough information to have a conversation with anybody.
Well, I hate to interrupt said and
Anybody.
but I have to go home.
Well,
it was wonderful.
we
speaking
appreciate
with
you coming to talk with us and argue with us and debate with us. We appreciate that.
It's
I would love to come
You know what I'm
We'll tell
saying?
you what-
Yeah, I would love
Be
to.
sure to sub to the channel. You know, tell your friends about it. Be like, hey, I just heard about this dope ass podcast. Who would argue with
It's
us?
on YouTube.
Who would let us get our point across? Yeah. So be sure. You know, this is what we do.
This is what I do.
Every Wednesday. We're on every Wednesday, every other Monday. So twice a month on Mondays, but every Wednesday you can catch at 7 p.m. on YouTube. I think that's TikTok down there. That's YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, or whatever.
It's just me on this one.
Which one? Well, I've been flipping it back between, you know what I'm saying, back and forth, back and forth. Hey, you got to do that. You know, I don't want nobody to think I'm talking to myself. Like, who is he talking to? Like, say who you talking to.
Yes.
But
I am so I will say I'm a sociologist.
That's
And
what's
my
up.
research is based on Black women and on our, discussing our the influence of gender and race on different relationships, our business, our careers.
Okay.
Most recently, I did research on basically why so many Black people work in the federal government, and it really goes into Black women as well. So
Absolutely.
No, that's not YouTube. That's
Go to
podcast.
YouTube, please.
So
Well-
yes, so I so this is what I do, and that's why. And I love it.
Absolutely.
That's why it's so easy for me to talk. And so,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, chat, we like this. And I know y'all like, damn, this is not what the thumbnail and the
Plan.
subtitle was about.
Sorry guys, I hijacked their podcast.
Bro, you good on your
I'm
drink?
good.
I hijacked your podcast.
No, it's no problem. It's no problem. The chat is liking it. They responding, so that's fine. And they know that we are known to get off. We're gonna stay on subject like 40, 45 minutes, and then we're gonna veer off.
What was
Tonight,
the initial topic?
The initial topic was we was talking about people sneaking in alcohol into the clubs,
Oh, okay,
and
yeah,
does that make them an alcoholic? Does that make them somebody who
Makes
just like to
them
turn up and have fun? Like you said, financially responsible. You know, like that's what we was talking about tonight. In all variations, I was telling the chat that I've with my own eyes I've seen people smoking weed before they went to church.
Sometimes you gotta sustain it.
Oh, I mean, well, no, I don't knock them. I don't knock nobody who do that. If that's your thing,
Well, technically, it's a part of spirituality as well, but nobody wants to talk about that.
there you go. That's
We're not
see.
even gonna go until when it was actually criminalized, which was in the 60s, because it really was to keep blacks and whites. from
All right,
mingling together,
there we go.
looking at the hippies.
Uh-huh.
And so even when you look at the
it made
Thank
us
you.
crazy.
Yeah.
It made us act
yes,
irrational.
so it literally was to, it became criminalized because they didn't want the blacks and the whites to mix. And so what it is that okay,
Maurice.
like the blacks. You get what I'm saying? And so when you look in and start reading into the Bible and they're talking about like the smoke and the things like that, or you look at the
I
names
need
and they're always like,
2
taking
beef
in
tacos.
smoke, it's weed. They were getting high.
Carnitas.
And using sage.
Yeah, carnitas, and I want a burrito.
Annie said goodbye to you. Hope to see you in the chat
Yeah,
again.
chicken with rice and
I
beans.
hope so too. I would love to.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very bored. I'm done with
We're here.
Yes.
We're here every Wednesday and every other Monday.
No guacamole, no sour cream,
Yes, that's us.
and make to go.
But it was wonderful. I'm sorry I hijacked. I walked
No
out.
cheese, no cheese.
cheese.
Yeah, my daughter, no
Good.
cheese.
I
Yeah,
hope everybody
Okay.
enjoy it.
yeah.
So this is what I do
Okay.
for fun.
Well,
Well, nice
for
to meet
fun. We appreciate you coming through and dropping some knowledge on us. Y'all, that was Miss Terry. She came in, and yeah, this is what we like. See, she was trying to get said. She couldn't get me. You know what I'm saying? They can't get. See, I was joking,
I
y'all.
can get you.
They can't get me.
I can get you. See, I come with citations and sources.
Uh-oh.
Always. I'm not gonna disagree with you, but I'm gonna go a level underneath. And I'm gonna
Wow, you go low, I'm gonna go lower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all have a good evening.
All right, you too. Listen, y'all, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We had a great conversation. This is what our podcast is about, y'all. It's really what the podcast is about. Having dope ass conversations and meeting new folks, spreading the word. This is how we're gonna get to 1 million viewers, y'all. That's how we're gonna do it. You know, we had a topic for tonight, but when people come in, they start talking, we go with the flow. The chat was liking it, the chat was responding, so we just went with it, y'all. We just went with it. So that's what's up. That's what's up. That was a dope ass conversation right there, bro. That was a really, really good conversation. I like that.
What?
You know me. I love those type of conversations, bro.
I know.
Like let's talk. Let's drop stats on it, and you see when she was making her points, I backed up like, damn, you're right. I can't say nothing to that.
Right.
Because my thing is not about trying to prove somebody wrong. It's about getting information that I didn't know.
Right.
And she was saying some stuff that I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
That a butterfly can start a hurricane.
I've heard that before.
I've never heard
actually
that
heard that before.
I've never heard that before. But it's deep though.
And that's what I like about it. The fact that it's deep. I think I heard my wife say that, I believe. I'm not sure.
The majesticness of how something so beautiful and small and simple can start something so tragic and frightening.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes. And when you think about when you think about the fact that hurricane, the name hurricane is attributed to a female. Right,
I figured that,
and that what she was talking about when she was saying right, and that's really where the word hurricane, which is a tornado on water, and then when she was saying like in Africa, you know what I'm saying, that's like one of the strongest, and it follows the path of the slave ships on the water, which is crazy, y'all, because literally hurricane did follow the path that the slave ships took on the water, and like she also said, which is another true fact, Brazil did receive, I think, the most or the second most slaves. That is that's a fact. So it's stuff like that when somebody say it, you can't speak to that. What you gonna say to that? Because it's true. Yeah. That's what I be liking, bro. I like having good conversation. Me and my wife be having those type of conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because my wife is very, very knowledgeable.
Those are good conversations to have with a spouse or just an outsider every blue moon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She made some very, very good points.
Yeah, she did. She did. And my wife made a lot of those same points to me when me and her talk.
She didn't want to accept the fact that feminism has messed up these young girls.
Yes.
But you know, at the same token, and I guess if you have that conversation with somebody again, and you say that feminism ruined modern women today, point out things like they feel like sexual conquest, which is what a man would do, is something they should be proud of.
Right.
Or, you know, where do they get their power from? They get their power from their knowledge. All the schools and books that they go in debt for puts them in a different space of knowledge and power, and it gives them great job over the average person who it works with their hands. Yes,
it does. So, it does. Oh, absolutely. And see, but once again, y'all, from a man's point of view, and I want to say this. From a man's point of view, they don't understand how they sexually objectify themselves. From a man's point of view, I'm not speaking from a woman's point of view.
Young girls do it because they're looking for YE, and that's what attracts them.
Like, I mean, but I'm saying, so we have to understand that when they making these videos, shaking their ass, and thongs and all this other stuff,
girls, they living for right now. They living for that moment.
Right.
They don't understand that the internet is forever.
Right.
Because I heard a woman say that the other day, like the internet's not forever. Like we're gonna go back to books. No, we're never gonna go back to books. Some people read books because they like it, but the internet, this thing here, is never going nowhere.
And even if we go back to books, like he said, this is still gonna be here. Because only a certain amount of people that want to read books, is going to read those books.
It's going to read those books.
You know what I'm saying? But this is going to always.
They got apps to read to you.
Right.
So why would you take the time to read a book if it's something you read to you?
Because you don't have to. Right.
And you can sustain the same bit of knowledge. You may not keep as much because you didn't read it.
Right.
But listening to it, you're going to retain a certain amount of it anyway.
I agree with that. One thou wow, bro. I agree. When me and my wife talk and we have conversations like this, you know what I'm saying? And I mention feminism and stuff like that. She give me her point of view on it and I give her my point of view on it. And we have really good conversation. We have deep conversation. She let me know some of the things from a woman's point of view, how they see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I let her know from a man's point of view. And it's not to say that anybody is right or wrong.
Right.
We just telling our perspective.
That's it.
And my wife is a really intelligent woman and she breaks it down. You know what I'm saying? And she'd be like, well, now this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, see, this is what I'm talking about. These are the conversations I like to have because now you're giving me information. You're giving me bullets for my gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
so the next time I have a conversation with somebody, which most of the time is men, but if I do have a conversation with a female, I'm armed and I'm ready.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I had these conversations with my wife and she done armed me with this. And now, of course, I'm gonna put it in my own words,
Of course.
but that don't mean that it's wrong.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Because I got the information from a woman.
Unless you
Excuse me.
just spew it a whole different way.
Right. Yeah. Now, if I spew it in a way to where I flip it and make it more of a masculine thing, then yeah, it'd be wrong. But if I'm taking what she said and I'm saying it the way she said it,
Just with your word, yeah.
yeah, just with my words, but I'm saying what she said, then
You're
I'm
not wrong.
right. And it's all about, but once again, it's all about having a conversation, being armed with the right way to have a conversation. Everybody can't have conversations. Now
No.
that lady, we didn't know this lady. She was we happened to know that she was standing up there watching us, you know what I'm saying? And then she tiptoed back here and she was like, hey, I'm just being nosy. You know what I'm
Be
saying?
nosy. Come find
And
out.
that's what he said. He was like, be nosy, come on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, okay, cool. No problem, right? We welcome everybody. Like I said earlier, this is how we're gonna get 1 million views. This is how us 1 million subs, excuse me. That's how, by being open and talking to folks and having and allowing them, because we always say we create a safe space. So allowing people to get their shit off, quote unquote, or to speak their mind the way they want to speak it. And not trying to yell at nobody or overtalk nobody. And you see what I'm saying? And giving people their props, giving them their flowers when they make a good point. That's what it's about. That's what people want to see.
Sorry.
It makes us more relatable to people. And that's all we're trying to be, y'all, to let y'all know that we can have any conversation that y'all want to have.
Yes.
Any conversation y'all want to have, we are equipped to have those conversations.
We are versatile.
Very versatile. And don't worry about somebody trying to tell you that you dumb or stupid or cut you off or overtalk you or hell sexualize you. None of that. No, we trying to have great conversation because we fully understand that this is what we need more of, or this is what needs to be seen. Black man and a black woman having a great conversation
In those spaces.
in those right without anybody getting mad or hostile and cussing
Right.
or saying just the obvious stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The stuff that everybody already know. No, not at all. Not at all. So I appreciate that. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's conversation. I know we got off topic, but
Way off.
it was a dope
It was a dope
podcast
conversation,
nonetheless.
yes. It was a dope conversation.
You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate that. Cheers to that shit.
With that being said, I know y'all didn't see very much of your boy, and I got quiet because they were having their own little thing going on. But I'm still your host. I'm still just this.
I'm still and always your boy said, aka bald head. You know what I'm talking about? We out of time till the next time.
Screaming, let's talk.
Peace. Heading back to the crib.
A couple people said they got to rewatch it. That's good.